Okay, today we're going to be running through how to do the design concepts for the incense stick holder. I've got a couple of examples of incense stick holders here made by previous students. We've got one that's quite a bit more organic and flowing and, in all honesty, easier to draw and easier to make than this guy here, which is really geometric, sharp, got lots of different cuts and, quite frankly, not finished to the best possible level. And I think that's mainly because it's been rushed a bit because it had so many cuts and required so much time to actually make it. And you can see both of these have got a kick in them, which allows the incense stick holder to stick out of here so that the guy will actually catch all the ash. So by all means, concept some ideas like this, but chances are you'll probably end up making something more like this guy here, or this one here, or this one here. So there's a few different ideas. So to start with your concepts, you are going to create your boxes. So we're going to do 6 concepts. So to create your boxes, 2H or HB pencil, no rulers, nice and straight lines, and you're going to do 6 boxes going down your page. And you'll end up with something that looks like this. So I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, and your concepts are going to end up looking like this one here that I've done before. So what we do, after we've done our 6 crates, we then put our guidelines in. So 1 down the middle, so I'm going to put a little hole in there to hold the incense stick. I'm going to curve these in using my guidelines. Bring it in a little bit here. A couple little guidelines. Get a bit of a funny looking one here. Not really happy with this, so I might change it a little bit. Might bring it in a little bit. Like that. Okay, point 6. Around the outside. Like so. If you make a few little errors, it's not really the end of the world. Just darken them in, fix them up a little bit. Then I get my point 4, put in the hole for the incense stick holder. Now, at this stage, you might want to get your eraser and erase some of your guidelines out, just to make it look a bit neater. That step's sort of up to you. Not really happy with this line here, so I might just fix it up a little bit. Curve that out a little bit, like so. And I'll thicken that line up just to blend it in a little bit where I've... so. Okay, now to render. Get one of your lighter browns. Put a bit of a base coat. Nice and smooth. Try and stay inside the lines. Always go a little bit darker towards the edge. Usually looks good. Got a sort of weird fish head happening here. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not 100% happy with this design. I think this one I did first was a bit better, but That's okay. I mean, it's pretty natural when you're doing your concepts to have some that you like more than others. Sometimes it's just important to get an idea out of your head. And like with your torch, don't be afraid to just draw some guidelines and then just start connecting the dots up. Okay, now I'm going to get my darker brown. I'm going to start putting some grain lines in. So these are a bit tricky. You kind of want them to look random but also make a pattern at the same time. And this is what actually starts to make it look like a piece of timber. I get a black pencil on this one. And underneath it, I'm just going to put a slightly darker line. This is what will make it look a little bit more realistic. Like so. I might just darken the whole thing up a little bit. I'm going to sharpen this pencil. Just get some sharper detail in there. Put a few specks through it. Getting something sort of starting to look a little bit like timber. So you have darker timber like this one or lighter above. So it's all about just putting down a light coat of brown, sorry, and then using your black and your dark brown, try to sort of get some grain lines happening there. Once you've done that, obviously, then it's time to start rendering. After you've done your rendering, it's time to start with your annotating. So you should have 6 annotations on each. And as always, we want sort of our block capitals, horizontal text, spaced around, evenly around our concepts, and then our nice straight or slightly bent arrow lines going in with a small arrowhead on them. And you've got a whole example of pages of annotations over here on this page that Mr. Pemberton's done for you. And it's as simple as doing 6 for each of those. Drilled on, drill, press, just the same way that you did your holes on your torch, like so. Then make your way around. Try not to use your annotation more than 3 times. And I think it's also pretty important as well that you don't use an annotation too regularly, because it just doesn't look very good. So try and have original annotations on there. You can talk about what the design looks like. You can talk about whether you like the design or not. You can talk about how you'd make it. You can talk about the veneered material. You can talk about the grain lines. And then, of course, you've got all of these examples over here on this page as well. So this should take you the 2 lessons that you've got without me. And the lesson after, next week, start a lesson, I want this to be finished. So if you need to do it, finish it off at homework. You need to finish it off for homework to get it done for me next week. Thank you very much.